That's it. Gonna start for Travis. Did you decide it's a good time to get him back in the starting 15?
I think what's really important for people to understand is that we manage the load of the players, and also the form as well. So Divan has been quite exceptional for us on the wing as a young player to Super Rugby, but he's had huge loads and he's also got exams at the moment, so it's important to manage him, and Travis has done the work now to come back in. That could be the same be said for Timbalani Boli. He's had a huge load, carried a load. We were quite thin on loose forwards for a long period of time, and again it's important to make sure that he's re-energised as well, and something like Rulof has obviously got his foundation working and is ready to go. So yeah, I'm not a real I don't select players and drop players and such. Most at the end of the day it's about development and load management.
John, Travis seemed a bit rusty when he came on at Cape Town. Obviously didn't have a lot of opportunity, but presumably he's trained well, and you're confident that he's back up to 100%?
Yeah, I wouldn't isolate Travis individually. I think it'd be fair to say that we as finishers were disappointed in our performance in the last quarter against the Stormers. I think we chose to play individually during that period rather than trying to express ourselves and back ourselves through our team structures.
What are you guys expecting from the Sharks?
Oh, they'll come with massive momentum. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. They'll look to dominate us on the gain line. That's the Sharks. You know, so I think it's very clear what they'll come with. We have our reasons as well as they have their reasons. So we're looking forward to it.
Do you look at the last game against the Sharks and say we need to repeat that move, or this is something that we can do again? What goes through?
Basically, we respect the mindset and attitude that they'll come with. No doubt about that. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we focus on ourselves and focus on our reasons, and focus on our purpose. And it'd be totally fair to say that we were disappointed and quite irritated by our performance last week. We weren't happy with it, and clearly we just got back into our work. Win, lose or draw, where our process doesn't change, and we get back into it. So we've got a chance this week now to get back on the horse and play some good footy.
John, the Sharks, as you say, a lot of their game based around physicality at the gain line. Those two massive Dupree brothers. I guess there are two ways of playing against that, trying to match that, or is it also a way to go with more mobility and try and sort of run them around the park a bit more? Is that what you guys have sort of aimed at? Or
as I said, I respect what they come with totally, but that we have a look at that earlier in the week. But now everything's about us and our reasons and our purpose. So at the end of the day, we know what's coming, and it's important that we focus on ourselves. So to get sucked into focusing just on what the opposition has is very dangerous territory, and it's not something that we really believe in or do.
John, does Marku at number 8 give you guys a bit of balance in the loose trio?
No, it just gives us another carrier, another fetcher. He can play all three positions as such. So, but he's extremely good on the gain line and carry if you want to get go forward. He's also very good at stopping momentum as well.
John, just coming back to the irritation you had in Cape Town, in which areas do you need the biggest improvement on Saturday?
Yeah, we just were untidy. We were probably at 90%, not good enough.
And then looking at your replacements, how important is it that they make an impact in this game for you, or how do you plan on using them?
As I previously said, it's about them connecting and contributing to teams through structure, our structures, rather than trying to, I guess, impress individually. It's a very difficult position to play in any team. We've done it very well up until last week, and I thought with our finishes. So it's just getting them to understand that ultimately it's about contributing to the team structures. Express yourself within that, because ultimately that gives you the freedom and the enjoyment of playing. But I thought, from my view, that they came on and tried to do it on their own when that game was still in the balance and could have been won.
Burger, there's two past games against the Highlanders and the Stormers. Does that add a bit of pressure, especially playing at home?
I think it's a big focus for us playing at home to get the points. So won't take it out of the last two games. I think we were unfortunate to lose against the Highlanders at home. So it's a big focus for us to get the points at home. Unfortunately, it wasn't a good performance by us in Newlands last weekend. So, hopefully we can get the points at home.
Burger, you're up against Andreas there, probably one of the form centres in the competition this year. How are you looking forward to that battle, and what do you think you can do to sort of nullify that threat?
I was waiting for the centre question again. So,
he's not in bad form himself.
Not me this time.
No, I thought it was going to come. But I think Andre's playing good rugby, and I think the same thing I said last week, last time we played against them. If you can put pressure on him, it's a different ball game. So I'm not focusing on him at all again. Focusing on the process, and we just know what we have to go do. So we just have to go out this weekend and do it, basically.
John, Trevor Nyakani back. Are you one of those coaches that chooses their tight head first? Is that of massive importance to you?
Certainly look to choose first-ranked players when I need to. He's experienced. He's also been very good this year as well. He would come into the category of being our number one ranked tight head at this point in time.
John, a lot of talk this week about the competitiveness in general of Super Rugby and South Africa's participation. Robert de Preer earlier this morning, actually in his press conference, talked about how he felt that the South African conference is actually far more competitive this year than it was last year, also given the logjam. Is that your perception as well, or do you think it's perhaps a bit skewed by the inconsistency of the South African teams?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's the inconsistency, it's just the nature of the competition. I agree with Rob's comments. I think if you go back to a couple of weeks ago, I think Corbus, you asked me a question about where we sat in the log, and I said this conference will go down to the wire. How right I was. So this is going to go right down to the wire, no doubt about that. And to me, that all teams have playing good rugby, and there's small margins between everyone. You look at the whole competition, there's small margins between everyone, and our conference is becoming very much like the New Zealand conference. It's tooth and nail stuff. So which is great. It's got to be great for the fan, and if it generates good crowds, and good TV, then it's good for the game. Yeah.
Coach, how is your preparation week by week? Does it get easier, or does it stay the same intensity, or is it just purely based on the opponent?
This competition's a grind, and if you get bored with it and choose to become inconsistent, then you'll get left behind. It's as simple as that. So you mustn't get bored, and it's about being consistent in what you do. We have a process that we back: win, lose or draw. So we make the necessary tactical adjustments that's required each week for the opposition in respect of what the opposition bring. But ultimately, at the end of the day, the lads know exactly what they're getting each week, and they can go and chase their work with purpose and arrive at the end of the week with confidence and clarity. So I guess the biggest challenge at this time of year is to show mental weakness when it's really asking you to grind it out. and deal with it.
John, the Sharks last week sort of played at an intensity that wasn't really accustomed to for this season in terms of their consistency. They also put in a lot of offloads. The offloading game and skill level was pretty decent last week. How do you nullify that? Are you wary of that threat from them this week?
They've always had that threat every week, so it's a strength of theirs, and they played exceptionally well last week. So it's something that's part of their style, and something that they believe in. So ultimately, we have a different style. So it'll come down to who's able to establish and initiate their style of rugby on the opposition.
Did you ask Boogie for a hat-trick again?
Yeah, maybe you can go 4. Yeah. Yeah.